Captain America.
Mr. Lang?
It's an honor. I'm shaking your hand too long. Wow, this is awesome.
Captain America. I know you too. You're great.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Cheap Seat Reviews.
Hello, and thank you for listening to Cheap Seat Reviews, the podcast that explores the Hollywood film industry for the greater good. This is episode 116, and today we are talking about Captain America 3: Civil War. I am Sean Allred, and joining me tonight is Andrew, damn that's a big ant, Jimison.
It's actually Andrew Stank.
Oh.
But hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
We're going to keep that one for future.
Andrew Stank?
Future. Yeah.
Is that your name now? Okay. That's
what my wife calls me a lot.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Because you put the stank on it?
Well, you know.
No, I don't.
Don't give away his secrets now, Sean. Come on.
Please. Sorry. That really caught me off guard. Cornelius Underoos. Logan.
I'm not wearing any now.
Oh, well, good.
Great.
Okay. And Sam, easy there, Manchurian Candidate Vector.
All right. Well, just so you know, if I was shooting a laser beam at the sky towards you, I would not miss.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Let's pull up a comfy chair and dive into this, Captain America 3. Okay, here it is.
Yes.
Literal shots fired.
Yeah, literally. Here it is. This is your last warning. Spoiler alert. We are going to talk about this movie, Captain America 3. We're going to talk about who dies and who doesn't.
Oh, God. We're going to spoil the snot out of this thing.
Yeah, we're going to spoil it. So if you haven't seen it.
Captain America dies.
In the comic book.
Yes, that's
or
true.
Does he die in the movie?
Ooh, interesting.
Does Steve Rogers die, or only Captain America? Things we'll discuss.
What is our podcast for tonight?
What? Oh well, it is Captain America: Civil War, and if somehow you've been living under a rock and you have no idea what this movie is, Andrew. We'll say some things about it now.
Hi, it's your conscience. We don't speak much very more. God damn it, I messed it up. We don't speak much anymore.
I love that bit.
Son of a bitch.
It was working so well,
nice,
buddy.
So nice.
Man.
This is what happens when you work with high school students all day. You lose all sense of being. So anyway.
Yes.
Marvel's Captain America Civil War finds Steve Rogers leading the newly formed team of Avengers in their continued efforts to safeguard humanity. But after another incident involving the Avengers results in collateral damage, political pressure mounts to install a system of accountability headed by a governing body to oversee and direct the team. The new status quo fractures the Avengers, resulting in two camps. And you can see where it goes from there.
Is that what it says? Really?
Plus... No, I just don't want to read anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, usually when there's a civil war, there's two opposing factions.
Yeah, it's usually how it works. So I'm interested. Obviously, none of us had seen it before it came out because it just came out. So what I'm actually really interested in talking about is I want to know who's on which side. Because you have to pick a side, right?
Do you?
I think so. No, Corny? What do you think?
In the Civil War that I'm most familiar with, my folks didn't really have a choice.
Oh, well.
I get it.
Yeah. That's...
By that, I mean musicians, because we had to play, marches for both. I don't know what you guys are.
I'm
on
actually not
about.
sure where you're going with that either, because I'm actually pretty confident there weren't that many African American musicians in the Civil War either. But I could be wrong. And I usually am Central Africa. I will say the Civil War, actual like American Civil War history, I actually know pretty well. So, but
All right. So
but to your point, well, not to your point, to the point that I was trying to make is don't you have to pick a side, right? Like, right? Don't you have to pick a side? You know, you're either Team Cap or Team Iron Man, right?
What if you're Team Switzerland?
What? You can't be neutral.
I'm gonna be Hulk's friend in this
actually,
one.
I beg to differ. In the Civil War, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, they pretty much stayed neutral.
Are they in this movie?
Daredevil.
No.
Well, then there you go. Suck it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Spider-Man changes allegiance too in the comic, but I'm talking about this movie, which is what we do.
Thor. I'm on Thor's side.
I think that actually Thor has come out and said, or not Thor, but Chris Hemsworth has actually come out and said that he would be on Team Cap.
Really?
I think that's what Hemsworth said.
I was like, Hemsworth can say that, but Thor can't.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's not in the movie.
So what side would you be on there, Sean?
I'm asking you guys first. I just want to know your opinion. I mean,
Well, I need to know your side so I could be the opposite.
Okay, I'm Team Captain America.
Dang it.
Yeah.
God.
Thank you for letting me go first.
I'll go.
I guess I'm Team Iron Man.
Yep, of course you are. Big government.
Register them all.
Yep. Always got to be messing in people's business.
Pinko commies.
Yep.
Got to keep control over these dangerous beings.
That's right.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm all about get the government out of this, and I say let us make the decisions, because I don't want some hungry, crazed general saying, "Hey, you guys need to go destroy that country over there," and we're not going to help those people because they're not on our side this week. So,
But yet we haven't really seen superpowered villains yet. So how do you control superpowered villains?
you don't.
You faction a team of them and put them on the government side when Cap goes rogue. Oh, we're not.
Wait,
we're still talking about the movie.
That sounds actually kind of like Suicide Squad a little bit too.
Yeah, that happens.
DC and Marvel copy each other.
So I'm going to ask. Well, absolutely. I mean, Daredevil is a complete ripoff of
The Flash.
No, he's a
Oh, blind karate guy.
Yeah, Corny, it's your dude. No, not blind karate guy. Corny, it's
Big punch
Deathstroke.
guy.
No, not Deathstroke.
No, Deathstroke. Deadpool is a blatant ripoff of Deathstroke.
That's what I said.
No, you said Daredevil.
You said Daredevil.
Yeah.
I did
That's
not.
why I said blind karate guy.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you said blind karate guy. I said no, not Daredevil. I said Deathstroke. I said Corny.
That's what I meant.
Your guy,
Blind
Deathstroke.
karate guy.
He's not blind.
He is
Yeah.
missing one eye.
He is missing an eye. He can still see,
Yeah.
and he wears that cool mask. And his name
Is he
is
an Arrow?
Yeah.
Is that the Blake
Yeah.
or
No, he's the guy. Yeah, no. His name is Wade.
He's
something,
the
isn't
guy
it?
that talks like this.
Blade?
Kid.
Yeah, he's the guy that does something to somebody's mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't
it.
seen season 2 of Arrow.
That was a long date. Woo.
Yeah, it was. Wait.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you this before we get
Okay.
into the
Yeah.
movie. I just want to ask this. So, as you guys are in your normal day-to-day lives, and you say, "Oh man, I went and saw Captain America 3 this week, and it was really great." Do you have people in your life that are like, "Is that the one where Batman fights Superman?"
Oh God, no.
Nope.
I don't keep those kind of people around me.
Yes, I set all those people on fire.
I can't.
So,
Some of them are
some
my
no longer a problem.
some of them are my students, and they're like,
They're doing it on purpose, man.
"No, they're
You fired
It's the
them,
same.
right?
It's the same thing about the whole, may the force be with you and live long and prosper. They're jonesing you.
I really don't think so. Is the problem? Is because some of them have never seen Star Wars, and they think Star Trek is this like thing that only like the super nerd watches. And
Well, yeah, but
yeah, but my point is that
fine.
the new Trek is actually pretty mainstream now, and JJ made it kind of cool, and the new Star Wars is flipping awesome, and like you don't just have to be book nerd person to watch these movies now. And there are these 18, 19-year-old kids that are like, no,
They grew up on Jar Jar.
they're like, well, they didn't even know, they didn't watch any of them because
Oh my
to
God.
them that stuff isn't cool. It's dumb. And so I said,
What
yeah,
were they watching?
I don't know, but I was like, yeah, I wouldn't watch Cap 3.
Paul Blart Mall Cop or something like that.
I was like, yeah, I wouldn't watch Cap 3. And one of them said, that's the one where, that's right, Spider-Man's in that one, right? And he fights Batman? And I was like, wait, what? And they said,
I think
no,
they're-
but seriously, like they're being totally legit. Like they're looking me dead in the eye, and they just don't know. It's
Dude, I looked you totally in the technology eye last week and told you I had a goat.
you didn't look at me. I didn't get to see your reaction, so
Yeah.
so basically, what you did is you lied to your friends. So good job, you're an asshole. Once again, you're Iron Man, so that's what you're good at.
Or Cap.
Yeah, you're lying. Cap didn't lie, did he?
They kind of did.
To who?
To Tony.
About what?
Our first spoiler, people.
Okay.
All right.
So Tony Stark's parents totally get murdered by the Winter Soldier, and Cap knew and has known for years.
That's right. So a lie
But
by
the
omission.
lack of telling somebody is not the same thing as lying.
No, it's not about.
If
It's,
Tony would have gone up to him and like, "Hey, dude, do you know how my parents died in that car wreck? You know who ran them off the road?" And Captain said, "Well, I don't know."
I could totally see
That's
Chris.
He does a
Evans.
shrug with the shield and just hides his face.
Yeah.
Or
I
does-
don't know,
and
some drunk.
And does he go, look over there, and then you hear the toot, 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 car door.
Then that would make Cap a lie. Otherwise, I find the failure to provide information is not the same thing as a falsehood.
Well, as your wife and mine and all of ours would say, it's a lie by omission, and therefore it's a lie the same.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's by lady law, though.
Well, it's still a law. If you cheat on your wife but don't tell her, you're lying to your wife.
Not
By lady law.
I love how you're trying to argue against that one, Sam.
No, I mean you've obviously cheated on her, but not until she mentally and comprehends what happens. Then
I still say
not
I'm with Corny. It's a lie by omission. Now,
I
Cap's
disagree.
reasons for it, I understand. The reason he doesn't is because he's trying to do that thing where he tries to quote unquote protect his friend. I understand that, and he doesn't want Tony to go into a murderous rage frenzy and try to kill the Winter Soldier. I get that too,
Whoops.
but I still think it's a lie, and it's, which I actually think is great because it proves that Captain America isn't perfect. It actually makes his character seem fallible and interesting, among those other things. So, when we do episodes like this, I have zero notes to go by because I can't take notes in the movie theater, especially when there's no power. So
one of us had a really bad movie going experience, and one of us had a really good movie going experience.
yeah, you went to a theater that you were literally like by yourself, right?
I was in an IMAX sized theater by myself.
Nice. So
It was amazing.
you pulled your pants down and like.
I rented it out. No, my pants were down before I entered the building,
Oh, that's gross.
but
That's why you were
Yeah.
by yourself. Oh, here comes that weirdo
There were like 10
Sam.
people behind him waiting
God.
to see Civil War, and they were like, yeah,
Hey,
we're not-
Yeah, we'll go to the 3:00 showing. That's okay, Sam. Oh, anybody?
yeah, I'm here.
Okay, that was weird. Skype just decided to kill all three of you for a second.
I just heard Sam go,
Yeah, I did too. I didn't know what was going on. No, yeah. So I'm gonna tell this. I'm gonna tell the story real quick. So Sarah and I, my wife and I, we go to the movie. This is Mother's Day. This was her Mother's Day present. We dropped our kid
wait,
off
story time. What time is it?
at 10:07.
7:07. Okay.
And we go to the theater, and I'm 20 minutes early guy at the theater, right? Because I want to get my seat.
And a
so
good
we
seat.
get-
It's not an IMAX theater, so you got to get a good seat.
Right, yeah. So I get my good seat, 2/3 of the way back, right in the middle of the aisle, because that's where the sound is engineered. That's where it's designed for, right?
Yep.
So I'm there, and she's got her healthy snacks because she's pregnant, and I got my garbage snacks because I'm not. And the movie starts, and we're excited. And it gets to the point of the battle at the airport, right?
Which is the best part of the whole damn movie.
Oh my gosh, that battle rivaled the Battle of New York in Avengers. It was so
I think
awesome.
It was better.
It was filmed well, and it was exciting. And just as the two teams have squared off and they've had their quips and they run towards each other, boom, the entire power goes out in the entire building. Right? We lose all
I timed
power.
it so perfectly.
Oh, you did. It could not have been more perfect. So, 45 minutes later, the power comes back on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we're sitting back. We get back in the theater because we had to leave. We get back in the theater, and they said, "All right, about 10 minutes later, 10 minutes, we'll get everything fired up." And this is not their fault. I'm not mad at the staff for this, right? I'm not mad about the power. Storms happen. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not mad that it took them. He said 10 minutes, and it took 30 minutes to get everything fired back up because they probably have a crew of like 12, right? And that's 14,
And they're all about that age.
Yeah. And they've got 14 theaters that they've got to reboot and relaunch the computers and relamp the projectors. I get all that. So I'm not mad at any of that. What I'm mad about is poor management and no foresight. So you all know, we've all been to the theater at the end of the movie, right? The movie's over, literally the last scene, boom, movie's over. And then the lights come up and the curtain kind of closes about a third. And then that really crappy music comes on, and they're like, "Go buy Raisinette so you can get a Coke," whatever, right? And then the really crappy projector comes on to show the,
You can literally
commercials.
hear the film spinning on the.
Well, no, but you know what I'm saying. So we
Did you finish the movie? Is my
no,
question.
hold on, I'm not there yet.
Oh God. Okay.
So we're at the part where Tony has made his truce with Cap, right? And
All right. So
he's
they're in like Siberia or whatever it was.
yeah, and they're walking through, and then the bad guy, right, is like, "Oh, look, my nefarious plan to make you guys kill each other." Muhahaha. And they show the footage of Tony's parents getting killed by the Winter Soldier. I heard none of it because that automated system kicked on, and the lights came up, and the curtain closed a little bit, and it overrode the audio. So from the video until they started fighting, I heard nothing but elevator music. Weird. It was the most, and that's the part of the movie that changes, right? That's the Luke, no, I am your father moment of the movie. Imagine having that moment, but with no audio. That's what was happening. So.
So you were confused as to why Iron Man was now.
I mean, I know why he was. I could see the video why he was mad, but there was things being said. Tony is obviously saying something, and Cap is obviously saying something, and Winter Soldier is grunting. I think, I don't know. And then we get the sound of the fight, right? So we're all, because people, now I'm mad because that is a mistake that could have been avoided. Someone should have known that the system was on automated and that they needed to reset it. Then it kicked back in at the mid-credit scene. So the mid-credit scene, Captain America is talking with, it's Steve Rogers, is talking with Chitala. Am I pronouncing his name right, Corny?
T'Challa Okafor.
Chitala Okafor? Is that his name?
No.
I think so.
Oh,
No.
I was going to say, that sounds like a basketball player.
He was making a joke of Emeka Okafor.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh,
Appreciate.
I think his name is just Chitala. I don't think he's
Yeah,
like Madonna.
they're in the middle of Central Africa.
Right. Well, I guess they're near Central Africa.
Geographically, actually, I believe part of Wakala or whatever it is.
Wakanda, yeah.
Wakanda
This is
was
going to just be a bad night for Sam.
had to have been part of Central Africa.
Near
Had
there,
to.
yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of near the Congo, isn't it? Like, actually, Corny?
It's like
I don't know.
West
I don't
of
either.
Ethiopia.
I don't know. Is it? I don't think
It's
there's
in that
anything.
place where not a lot of people know a whole lot about the geography.
Well,
Wouldn't say
again,
that.
it's not a real place, so.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I'm actually looking up maps under Wakanda just to see what happens. Oh,
Hey, did you know there's a Wakanda elementary school?
there's a Wakanda lake in Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah.
Lake Wakanda?
Yeah.
I've probably been to there.
There's a Wakanda elementary in Menominee?
No.
Nice. So anyway, to finish out my story, so Cap and
Central Africa, yes.
Black Panther are
T'Challa.
talking about T'Challa, are talking about something, because I heard none of it, because again that stupid system kicked on. So I actually know nothing about what's happened in that. I mean, again, I saw what was happening, but I don't understand the why. And then, and clearly they were filming outside of Bank of America Stadium, because then there was a giant panther right there. So, and it looked like the exact same statue.
It did, actually.
So that was my viewing experience, and it was singly the worst viewing experience of my life of a movie. And this is with the several of us. Corny, you were there when we went to see Harry Potter 7.2 and the power went out. But that power went out for like 7 minutes.
And the climax had been over.
Right, like we had seen the battle.
Yeah.
We were just looking for basically the mid-credit scene, basically. So that was awful, but that's okay. It has nothing to do with this movie, which was great, and I loved it. And I was excited for it, and now I'm sad.
Why are you
Because you
sad?
got to talk about it.
No. I love this part. This is my favorite part. I've been waiting a week and a half to talk to somebody that freaking cares about this movie. Because all of my movie nerd friends that I work with, or I do have, either haven't seen the movie or I haven't had a chance to sit down and actually digest with them the movie. Everybody else has been my students that are like one of my students went and saw it yesterday, having not seen any other movie.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I'm going to go see Cap 3 tonight. Should I?
So confused.
She said, is there anything I need to know? And I said, well, which movies have you seen? And she said, I think the one with the green guy. And I'm like, I'm sorry. What? You've seen the Hulk? And she said, yeah, I think so. I said, so have you seen Avengers? And she said, is that the poster you have in your office? Yes. Then yes, I've seen that one. I said, okay. Have you seen Avengers 2? There's an Avengers 2? Have you seen Cap 2? No. Okay, let me sit you down. We got some explaining to do. So
Lucy, we got some explaining.
But she liked it. She had a good time, but
was she confused?
Well, yeah, I mean, she wasn't confused because, I mean, truth be told, the only thing that would be confusing is Vision. Like, wait, why is he purple? And why can she do red magic? Other than that,
Why is he dressed like Mr. Rogers?
Right, and an ascot. I love it. Anyway, what was I going to say?
You need to find
the sad part. This is my sad part.
So you fired her, right? You fired the shit out of her.
Actually, no, she's one of my better building managers. I can't fire her.
She's a good one.
Yeah, so this is the sad part. We're not going to get any kind of resolution to this movie until Avengers Infinity War Part 1 in 2 years. That's it.
Wow.
Because the rest of the Marvel movies that we're going to get between now and then will have almost nothing to do with this. Doctor Strange has nothing to do with what just happened. It's the same universe, the same world, same everything, but he's not going to have anything to do with the Avengers. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, again, has nothing to do with it. Thor 3, going to have nothing to do with this. Spider-Man Homecoming will have a little bit to do with it, but it's mostly just going to be centered around New York. So we got to wait until 2018 to get Avengers Infinity Wars. To have
That's a long time to have the silent treatment between Cap and Iron Man.
Well, is that what's happening? Is it the silent treatment? Because
I think it's a mutual, all right, well, we know what to do. We just can't hang out kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's more like a trial separation, right?
No.
I mean,
so well, should we go by the script here? Should we figure out what we all thought of it and then go into some of the deeper?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do kind of our initial thoughts.
Yeah.
So, Andrew.
I was very excited to go see this, and my wife would not let me see it without her. So we went together on a date, and it was a very nice date. And I put some stank.
Tell me more.
Yeah, that's where you got the nickname.
There were I mean, I liked the movie all the way through. There were definitely some moments that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed Scott Lang and Spider-Man. Yeah, their characters, to me, just made the movie, I think. And there wasn't much of them there. I wish there had been more of them in the movie, but I understand why they're not. But Ant-Man and Spider-Man, I went into it hearing people say, "Oh, Ant-Man makes this funny," and I actually found Spider-Man's character more humorous. I think maybe because I deal with teenagers all the time, and I don't know. That just made it for me.
Okay.
As far as a side, I wasn't really on a side. I saw both sides of the story, and I think that part of it actually made me not looking at it as kind of like watching your parents fight, and the whole time I'm sitting there going, "Can we just get along and be like we used to be?" And
Right.
let's all go to dinner together. And
But you get 2 Christmases.
Right. 2 birthdays.
yeah,
All right. So who's the kid in this scenario, I guess, is what I'm wondering.
me, I'm the kid.
Oh, okay. All right. Corny.
Yo, what's up, man?
We are all of us, as always, because you are our Marvel aficionado, is the word I'm going to use.
You're our mexpert.
Sounds like he's an expert on Mexicans.
I don't know what to do.
That's what it sounds like.
Maybe
All right,
if Donald Trump,
Mexpert.
if Donald Trump becomes president, that's what he's going to hire.
He's going to hire a bunch
Gonna
of
have a
experts.
mexpert in the office.
Yeah.
Experts.
All right, we need to build this wall. I need to hire a mexpert so I can talk with these guys.
Also sounds like something you could find at Taco Bell.
Yeah, can I have a
That's what happens after
chalupas
Taco
and a
Bell.
mexpert?
Yeah, I want the mexpert supreme with extra sour cream. Yeah,
I mexperted after eating Taco
Ooh.
Bell.
Man, you turned it into a verb and it just got really gross.
Tell me more. No, so you nasty.
Right?
Oh.
This movie, I love this movie, and I think they did it very well considering what they could and couldn't use. I don't want to say the whole entire comic book version of the movie, but it actually kind of starts with mutants more than it does these guys.
Yeah.
And I think I like the fact that what kind of starts this whole thing is a diverted explosion, which kills some innocent people. Like the comic book, except in the comic book, it's like 600 or 900 people or something like that. And then, because they chase a mutant whose power is to blow himself up like a large bomb. And then Wolverine got involved and killed him, go figure. But anyway, I like the way they did the movie. I like the
Can he do that like more than once? Like Mr. Blow Up
yeah.
Man? Does he do it more than
like
once?
he expels a bunch of energy, essentially, like an explosion. He's fine, but everything
It's
around
like
him
it's like Chad's farts.
is pretty much.
Okay, I was just picturing like
It's like a Taliban's wet dream.
how do you yeah, really.
Squish stream.
Like
depending
I'm
on-
not sure how he figured out that this was his power, but
I can't hold it in.
I can only do it once,
It's the same way Chad knows.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, what were
I
you saying?
sound like it's been tampered with.
Yep.
But all right. Oh, I'm so terrible. So, so the progression of the movie makes sense to me. I will say the only thing I might not like about Cap's progression is that he really does decide, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. He really doesn't have a reason to. And in the comic, he really doesn't have a reason to. Like Tony Stark at the time, people knew Tony Stark, again, comic book wise, knew he was Iron Man. People knew he was Steve Rogers. It kind of made sense. Some of the parts. Now, this iteration of the Superhuman Registration Act, which is what the comic book version of that, what is it? So, whatever, the Accords.
Sokovia.
Yeah,
The
thanks, man.
Sokovia Accords, yeah.
So, just the different version of them, but the Superhuman Radiation Act just had a bunch of stuff like this one that I could see myself as a superpower person disagreeing with. And so as the story goes along, I found that it was done very well. And oddly enough, since you said the person went and saw this movie without really seeing any other ones, I think it's a good standalone movie. And again, I think Marvel does a fantastic job with making this a standalone movie. I think you could watch this as a non-comic book, non-Marvel person and still find this a great movie. Unlike Batman versus Superman. So, again, DC, you owe it to the rest of America to just steal their ideas and run with it. I promise you, it'll be fun. We will get over it. I just can't go on. I can't say enough about how much I liked the way this movie was done.
Good. Sam.
All right, my turn. I went and saw this thing 2 days ago, Monday night, and had the pretty much like the IMAX theater to myself. It was an amazing movie experience. Had a lot of fun, and with that, this movie was a heck of a lot of fun. I know Sean gets on to me all the time about the old dramas and the depressing things. I actually find fun sometimes as well, but this one, in all sense of the word, was a heck of a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the progression of each and almost every single character in this movie. The stakes were raised once again, and they pretty much answered every fanboy's question of what would happen if so-and-so fought so-and-so. And it was a heck of a lot of fun. And I guess I'm just repeating myself, but the story itself and how they progressed to have Captain really break off from Iron Man was really interesting to me. And the idea of Iron Man in a place where he felt like it was good to register people, it made sense in the way that he was viewing the world at the time. And Captain, I think we pretty much all could be on Captain's side here a little bit. And maybe it's because the movie skewed a little bit towards Captain more, of course. But I enjoyed both progressions. The only thing that got me was a little bit of just a little bit of downtime between the fight scenes. But again, Marvel uses that to tell story and build character. And I gotta say, I love this Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
After seeing what he can do and how they wrote him, I cannot wait for the movie, the Spider-Man movie, because I thoroughly enjoyed this version of the Spider-Man. And I came out of the movie theater trying to think of what was different than the Tobey Maguire and Garfield Pluto guy. What's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. That and what was different, but I enjoyed it, and how each character was bouncing off everybody else was just well done writing and directing. And how we got to give a hand to a villain in the Marvel universe that, yes, he was a little bit too omnipotent. He kind of, the buttons he pressed were exactly the perfect buttons, and he had to know a few things that nobody else did to make this work, but he had a reason to do so, and it made sense. And he wasn't superpowered.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting, and the twist at the end. I guess we're spoiling the snot out of this, but unfortunately, Sean, you kind of missed the big reveal. That was pretty devastating, and I think Tony Stark, what's his name, not De Niro, Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Did a really, really good job at just, you felt his pain at seeing that, and the anger towards Captain and the Winter Soldier. And pretty much, if Winter Soldier is involved, does everybody pretty much hate him?
Pretty much everybody but Cap, right?
Yeah. It seems to me now we're in the second movie in a row where everybody hates Winter Soldier. And the final fight between the three of them was just amazingly choreographed. And I really thought one of them was going to kill the other. I really did. I knew it was probably not in the cards to happen, but it certainly felt like in the moment that somebody was going to die. And speaking,
I'm sorry. I fully expected Cap to die.
Yeah, me too.
That battle.
Me too. And speaking of the only real beef I have with this, and it's kind of a bad beef to have, and it was kind of the same way with our movie last week, Eagle, is that there still isn't a fatal, how can you say it, repercussions to the decisions they're making. It's still not fatal. Yes, War Machine broke his back and can't really move, but I really thought, and I really think this movie could have told the story better with actually killing one of their characters off. I don't know who it could have been. I guess they make way too much money with them, so they can't kill them off. But I really think there should have been some sort of fatality to really put an emphasis on, why they're fighting and make them question their motives over fighting.
Well, I think to that point specifically is that at no point in the fighting until the end when Iron Man is trying to kill Winter Soldier, none of them are trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
They're just trying to... Cap's team is trying to leave to go stop the bad guys. Iron Man's team doesn't know that. All they think is they're trying to go off and play hero, and it needs to stop. And so we're just trying to stop you. I mean, if Iron Man wanted to kill the Falcon after Rhodey was hurt, he could have. Instead, he just hit him in the chest with a repulsor blast, and I kind of chuckled because he's like, "Man, I'm sorry about that," and then just got hit in the chest, and he fell down, and it was actually in a serious moment. It was kind of a humorous kind of moment, and I chuckled. So I don't think that the reason why there's no deaths is because it would have been, I think, too much had they had died, because they all still like each other for the most part. I mean, Cap and Iron Man, Cap has no resentment towards Iron Man. He just doesn't like the way he does things, and Iron Man.
So when Vision shot his beam and was aiming it at Falcon, was he not trying to knock him out of the sky?
Yeah, he was just trying to cripple his pack,
which meant he fell to his.
No, I don't think he would have fallen to his death. Didn't he have like a parachute or something in that thing, like an emergency chute? Or
does Vision know that?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
He knows everything. He wears an ascot. But the reason why he missed is because of Scarlet Witch. They kind of played up that he's in love with her.
Oh yeah.
Though he doesn't.
They have a kid.
Well, not
because comic.
Yeah. That's weird. What?
I don't know. I certainly got a certain, because at some point, I believe it's not Scarlet Witch. A Black Widow tells Hawkeye, or somebody gets thrown away somewhere by Scarlet Witch, and she says, "You're pulling your punches."
Hawkeye says it to her when they're fighting, and Nia. Yeah.
So I mean, I got that, but I certainly thought they were trying to
there's a scene
harm each other
that's in the trailer. I don't know if it was in the movie because again, I missed part of the fight scene. But in the trailer, there's a scene when Hawkeye and Black Widow are fighting, and she says, "Are we still friends? Are we still cool or whatever?" And he says, "It depends on how hard you hit me."
Yeah.
Because they're on opposite sides. But they're on opposite sides because he is a soldier. First and foremost, is a soldier. So he's going to stay with the government. And she's going to go with... Or no, she went with the government, and
he went with
Cap because he's a soldier. He's going to follow the other soldier. And he stayed... And I think he was more with Scarlet Witch because he felt like he owed her a debt because her brother saved his life.
Okay.
So I never got the intention that anyone was trying to harm the other. I mean, even when Vision cut that control tower in half to block the jet, that's what he was doing. He was creating a barrier. He could have nuked all of them if he wanted to, but instead he created a barrier. And like when Ant-Man went to Giant Man, again, he's just a distraction. That's all he is, and he knows it, right? Like, so when Spider-Man does that really great Empire Strikes Back, there's this really old movie called Empire Strikes Back where they do the thing, and how old is this kid? I don't know. I didn't have time to carbon date him. Again, they're just trying to stop him. So I never got that they were
don't know. I guess I maybe took it a different way.
Yeah. I mean, Corny, Andrew, either one of you get the feeling or that they were trying to kill him, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off on somewhere else.
No, I mean, there's just aggressiveness in the fighting itself. And in all honesty, it would have been something very similar to probably their training. In the Avengers Tower or whatever they want to call it. The actual big major fight that happens in the comics, there's at least one person that dies, and it's the other giant person. There's essentially this other guy who kind of worked with Hank Pym, kind of got his Pym particles and turned himself into a giant man or a yellow jacket or something. Oh, sorry. Did y'all hear that?
No.
You what? No.
Okay.
Yeah. We heard you stop talking.
Sorry. Anyway, so someone dies in that, but I mean, the fighting itself was more of a subdue, and I felt that. Well, I don't know. Well, I think I felt that just because I knew what should happen in that fight, or something that a direction in that fight. So I don't think I ever felt that anyone was actually in real danger. I will say that at one point in time, I kind of thought that Ant-Man might get shot in the chest, which happened to the other giant man, and he died, which is kind of where Cap was like, all right, I'm done. And then he gave himself up, to which he then is assassinated by Crossbones.
By Crossbones, yeah. But we knew that wasn't going to happen because Crossbones did in this movie.
Oh, he very did.
But we also know that Ant-Man can't die because he's already got his own movie. And we also know that Black Panther can't die because he's got his own movie. So, and Spider-Man's not going to die because we just introduced him and he's got his own movie. So I never, again, we have seen these characters kill. Now, they're usually killing faceless things. But if Tony wanted someone dead, he just tank missiles them in the face, right? Or uses
I'm pretty sure he was throwing some missiles at him, though.
I don't think so. He just used repulsor
Was he not?
blasts.
I'm gonna have to see it again.
Now
but
he
I'm pretty
used
sure.
War Machine used flak, that kind of his flak gun against the Falcon, right? Yeah, or something like that. Again, or against the jet, just trying to slow down the jet. Again, I guess we can probably keep arguing this point for another hour. I never got the feeling that they were trying to kill each other until the end when Iron Man was trying to kill Winter Soldier and Winter Soldier was trying to stop him. That's why he was trying to rip out his chest piece, and then he used a unibeam and blew his arm off, which was pretty cool.
That was awesome. Yeah, did not expect that.
No. But I teased it earlier, the bit when they Iron Man's kind of got Cap beat, and he says, "You stay down." He's like, "I can do this forever," and then he's able to kind of fight back, and then he destroys Tony's chest piece.
Yeah.
He leaves the shield.
And he drops it.
He drops it and leaves it, and that's kind of a symbolic. I'm done being Captain America. I'm just gonna be Steve Rogers now. And,
he does that for a while. I mean, he kind of dies, but not really. It's very convoluted.
Which is why it's going to take 2 years for any of them to come back.
Right. Well, I mean, and what's going to have to happen is, and this is going to happen because this is why they're making it into 2 movies, is Thanos has to come down and wreak some havoc, and that's what has to bring the team back together. It has to be an evil so great that they reunite.
Yeah.
And it's the only way.
It feels so good. Yeah.
Oh, I will say this.
Thank you, Sam. That actually is a joke that I would have bet Corny would have made first. I wouldn't have expected that from you.
Oh, I was not focused.
That's
I'm so sorry.
Reunited and it feels so good. Okay, sorry. What were you going to say, Corny?
Damn it, Sam. Oh, so speaking of the fight scene and Cap doing that, well, I would say this. First of all, he can leave his shield because he can go to Wakanda, and they can make him a vibranium shield, which would be even better than the one he has.
Isn't that what he has? He has a vibranium shield.
Well, kind of. Well, I mean, I guess it is vibranium and
What they say
adamantium.
in
Well,
Cap 1.
they actually did. Okay, so
Yeah, he says, it's vibranium. It's the only stuff in the world. That's all of it, right there. Except later when we make a whole person out of it. But we didn't know that yet in 1945.
which by the way, I kind of hated that whole idea of because vibranium is a pretty protected substance on the planet. There's anyway, that's another story for another time. But anyway, they could just make another shield for him in Wakanda, which actually would probably end up being better for Cap. So I'm not. When he dropped that, I was like, I wonder if he's going to go with T'Challa in the Black Panther, and I was right. So, but in the fight, the coolest thing that happened for me in watching that fight was there's a very iconic scene that happens where Cap and Iron Man are fighting, and Iron Man fires his
And it's like
hand lizard.
Yeah.
And they kind of frame it, and he's blocking the blast with the shield, and I actually squealed with glee for that moment. It was pretty awesome.
I did too, because I have seen that image 1,000 times since last summer when they announced, or when this movie was first teased. So I'm glad they did that too, Corny. I'm right there with you. I thought it was great. I loved the Spider-Man bit. He was great. The concept of Aunt May being hot is hilarious. Like, wow, she's too hot to be your aunt. He's like, dude, come on, it's my aunt, and
Only in a teenager voice.
yeah. And he's actually 19. Tom Holland is actually 19. Yeah. And he, I don't know, Sam, you asked what was, he was only on screen for like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And in those 8 minutes, he was already better than Andrew Garfield.
Yes.
I mean, Corny, you want to argue that?
No, I don't. But I didn't necessarily hate Andrew Garfield. My Spider-Man, my ideal Spider-Man, is pretty much Tom Holland. You've got a kid, an actual kid, not a
30-year-old playing.
Not a 30-year-old, and he's nerdy and not as cool as the Andrew Garfield one, and he talks the entire fight.
Yeah.
That's the Spider-Man that I love. The one like, will he shut up? I mean, the guy who's oh, cool, this is neat, and blah, 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 blah.
You have a metal arm? That is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And the way he fought. And another thing that he actually, he's obviously used his spider powers, but you could see thinking in his fighting as opposed to him just being Spider-Man and doing Spider-Man stuff.
Right.
That's the Spider-Man I want to see, and that's what I got with Tom Holland. So, yes, I would say this is now the best iteration of Spider-Man that's on the screen. Definitely.
And the uniform, his uniform is modeled after like the 1962 first appearance of Spider-Man. Like the spider on his chest is small, and they gave him the eyes that could be expressive so that he can actually emote non-verbally in a mask, which I thought was actually really clever of them to do. Because that's how it is in the
Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly. Deadpool did it great too. So I thought that I love the Spider-Man, and I'm super excited for Homecoming. I just hope, I don't know who the director of that is, and whoever it is, I hope they don't screw it up because it was great. We did Amazing Spider-Man 2 for this podcast, and we all kind of didn't really like it a lot. I'm trying to see. John Watts is the director of the new Spider-Man. And he has done things such as he did a movie called Cop Car. Never heard of it. Clown.
I bet you it's about a cop in a car.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
It's Knight Rider.
That would be my first guess. Yeah.
It's got Kevin Bacon in it.
Bacon. Hold on, I gotta go cook.
A bunch of TV movies, like a bunch of TV movies. So he's only made. He hasn't done a whole lot, truth be told. But that's okay. It'll be a fresh perspective. He looks like a young guy. and we'll see. So if Kevin Feige and the people at Marvel say he can do it, then by all means he can do it. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to that. That's the next one I'm actually super geeked out for. I mean, I'm looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Galaxy 2, yeah.
I think that'll be really good. And because I think they're going to find another stone in that movie, I think.
No, now, what stones are known, by the way? Corny, could you help us out with that?
Well, we've got the Mind Stone with Vision, right?
Is it Mind? The Mind Stone?
The Mind Gem, yeah. The Power Gem, the Tesseract.
Well, hold on, hang in there. So let's do this so that we all, for us laymen's, right? So we've got the Mind Stone, which is Vision, right? Which you can control the mind. That's how Loki was able to use the scepter to control people, right? Except Tony. Performance issues, 3 out of 5. You've got the, what's it called? The Portal Stone, the Travel Stone. That's the Tesseract. What's it called, Corny? The, shit. Now
all right, so here we
go. You got it in front of you?
Yeah. Oh, well, stall, kick one.
All right, so we've got the Tesseract, which is a stone. I can't remember which one it's called. It's like because it teleports you from one place to the next. It's like a doorway.
I think it's the time one.
Is that the time one? We've got the Ether, which is.
You sure that's not the travel one?
No, the Ether was because that's just what he used to. Is the Ether even a stone? Is it an Infinity Stone? Yeah, it's the only one that's liquid. You've got the Destruction Zone Stone or the Death one. That was the one in Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's 4. Are you still looking it up, Corny?
Yeah, damn it. Okay. There's the Space Stone. That's the Tesseract.
The Space Stone, yeah.
There you go, yeah.
The Mind Stone, which is with Vision.
Yep.
The Reality Stone, which is the Ether.
Okay.
And you've got the Power Stone that was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
And I think that's the 4 that we know now.
I thought there was.
There's more than that, but we haven't.
Well, there's only 5, right?
Yeah. That's the 5th one.
So that's the 4th one. Power, Reality, Mind, Space.
Yes.
So that.
I don't know my 5th one.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. The site that I'm on doesn't have it either.
What is my 5th stone? Come on.
Maybe it's the Mystery Stone.
The Mystery Stone.
Or the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, that's probably it.
That'd be awesome. Then you get Harry Potter to fly in on a...
No, there is just the 4.
Well, there should be 5, isn't there? Or is it 4?
Technically, there's 6.
Space, Mind, Reality, Power,
and the Soul.
Time. There is a time.
Soul.
Oh, Time and Reality. Yeah, the Soul Stone. Yeah. It doesn't. So we
that
haven't.
takes you back home.
So we haven't.
I think that's the one that we haven't found movie-wise.
We haven't seen that one yet.
Okay.
I don't know where they're going to find that one. But
where did we get into this from?
Oh, you okay?
I know where they're going to find it.
Is it Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
It will be in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
It's got to be. I mean, where else would it be?
And we're getting closer and closer to Thanos' appearance.
Well, supposedly he's not going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I have worries.
That's what I have been told. Well, not been told. That's what I read, I should say.
Marvel has villain problems.
Why? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, at least this movie he was interesting, but like I said before, Loki is the only other villain that's worth wanting to see again. The only villain that I would want to see again.
Well, we haven't seen Thanos yet. I mean, gosh, he's just been a dude in a chair.
Well, I know, and that's why.
For all we know, he's a paraplegic. I mean, he doesn't do anything. He's just in
with mental powers.
I mean, yeah, he might as well be a purple Professor X for all we know.
McAvoy or Stewart. Timeline so confusing.
Yeah, but in fairness too, Sam, we haven't had very many bad guys. I mean, there was no real bad guy in this movie except Crossbones, which he was kind of cool, I guess, but he was short-lived, literally. You had Ultron, which was cool.
But not real. He didn't seem menacing to me.
He tried to kill the world.
I still don't see him
with a big
as
rock.
menacing. I still don't see him as menacing.
I felt him. He had the power to be more terrifying than Loki because he could infect the internet, which, for all intents and purposes, he really could have. The movie, kind of, for lack of a better word, put him in a box of the abilities that.
And then they put him in another box.
Yeah, and then they threw that one in the ocean. But
you have to be Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah. Anyway, but I can see your point though. I mean, I'm looking forward to Thanos to see what the actor's playing Thanos. I've already forgot. He's really
Richard
great.
Branson.
James Woods.
You're just making words up now, Sam. I love when you do that.
No, it's
it's James somebody.
It's the guy from No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
It's Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando. This is so fun when you do this. I'm just gonna let you squirm for a while.
No, because I'm gonna go to IMDb and
I already know who it is. I just like see if you're gonna say who.
James Brolin.
Yeah,
James Brolin.
No, not James.
John.
Josh. Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
Start with a J, didn't it?
Yeah.
Josh Brolin. Okay.
Was there a James Brolin?
I think so. I think that's a different person.
James B.R. Oh, yeah, there was. He was Marcus Welby in 1969.
Yep.
Oh, good. I'm glad to know that.
Anyway. You crack me up, Sam. You really do.
Anytime. That's
Yeah.
what I'm here for.
Yeah, this is fun. So I'm looking forward to that, but again, we got a long way to wait.
Andrew, you still okay, buddy? I think we've lost Andrew somewhere down the line.
He's still signed on.
Yeah.
Maybe he muted himself and he just forgot or he fell asleep.
Damn it.
You've been muted?
I have been making snarky comments, and I thought, are they really just ignoring everything?
Sorry, man.
Well, we're not going to go back and re-record it, so.
I thought, man, what a bunch of douches tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Andrew literally Andrew is, for all intents and purposes, the Hawkeye of this episode. He's just the guy over there.
Wow.
Oh, shoot. I was getting worried about you there for a second,
Well, yeah, I was trying to help you out with the Stones and Josh Brolin and everything. And
at what point were you almost yelling at the computer? Damn it! It's Josh! It's Josh!
I thought, well, maybe they're just. I wasn't even looking at my microphone. I guess I should have paid attention.
That's too funny. You want to know what the budget of this movie was?
What was it?
$250 million.
And they made that back.
Oh, hell yeah, they did.
Well, they knew they were going to make that back. This was about as sure bet as you could get.
You want to know what they're at? Let's see if I can get a more accurate number because IMDb is a week behind.
Have they hit $1 billion yet?
I don't know.
No,
they haven't as of this week, but
I don't think they'll hit $1 billion.
Oh yes, they will. Worldwide, they will. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I absolutely think so.
Yeah.
Since
stop it.
wow.
I would bet Sean's life on it.
Well.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'm not sure.
As of in 2016, your top 5 movies are Captain America: Civil War at worldwide at $971 million.
Wow.
Zootopia is just behind it. That's 971.9 million. Zootopia is at 971.3. Wow. I mean, that just proves that Disney Pixar can animate shit in a box and people will go watch it.
except these are good stories. This is shiny shit.
Yeah, it really is. I've not seen Zootopia. My wife says it's actually really good. Yeah. Batman vs. Superman's coming in third with $870 million worldwide.
And falling.
The Jungle Book parked worldwide at $830 million.
Good Lord.
I liked that movie. I didn't think it was that good, though. Deadpool sits fifth with $762 million. So, and Deadpool was great. I really liked the hell out of Deadpool. But that's crazy. So yeah, Yeah, 30 million shy of $1 billion, which I think they'll get before their 12 weeks because it's only been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right?
I would like to have that as my hourly salary.
$971 million
in 2 weeks.
Oh, no, sure. Who wouldn't, right?
Yeah. Me. It's too much money.
There's a lot of money. Like,
more money, more problems.
I mean, we could like fix America with that, or at least North Carolina. Anyway, that's
but
pretty
not
cool.
their bathrooms.
Jeez. Anyway, moving on. You guys want to do? I can do some trivia.
By the way,
yeah,
the hourly salary of this movie.
Okay.
Every hour they're making $2,889,880.95.
Oh, good for them.
So that is roughly $48,000 per minute.
Cool. Good for them.
Nice.
If only, right?
$2 a second.
So let's do this. Oops, not that. What is happening?
Nothing, apparently.
We were doing something.
Mute your computer.
And now for some more bad news. Ready?
There was a lot of trivia. You know how sometimes we get one of these movies, not these movies, but we get a movie that's got like 3 pieces of trivia. I probably read for 30 minutes of trivia and thought, my gosh, I could spend forever in here. So I just try to get the most interesting ones that I thought. Tom,
so much room for activities.
I mean, no kidding, dude. We could spend. I mean, I could probably spend 45 minutes just reading it out loud, which I'm not going to because that sounds awful. Tom Holland commented on how intimidated he was when he came to screen test for Spider-Man, saying that Robert Downey Jr. took him aside and said, "Listen, I remember my screen test for Iron Man. I remember how terrified I was. Just think of it as an audition. It's nothing too scary. If you get it wrong, we'll just start again. No pressure." So that's cool. RDJ is like, "Come here, kid. Let me show you how it's done." That's kind of cool. Chris Evans revealed that he was hesitant to take the role of Captain America early on, but now considers it one of the best decisions he has ever made.
Huh.
I mean,
isn't he one that's been complaining, though, that he's now typecast or he didn't like being Captain America?
He did kind of say that, and he also kind of said that when he's done with his contract with MCU, he's going to take a break.
Yeah.
From acting. In the film, The Falcon, Corny, you knew this, of course. I didn't. The Falcon utilizes a Falcon drone called Red Wing. In the mainstream Marvel comic, Red Wing is an actual Falcon in which was Sam Wilson's sidekick.
He's mentally, telepathically linked to the bird, so he can actually see what the bird sees. Or no, sorry. Like I got those two things mixed up. He is actually telepathically linked to the bird in the comic, so that special power is just not there. But it does make more sense for it to be, not an actual bird.
Right. Yeah, because we haven't, other than Scarlet Witch, we don't really have magic, and that would have been magic. He's just a soldier with a cool suit and guns. I mean, to be fair, that's what he is.
Oh, it's magic.
Charlie Cox was disappointed that he was not asked to appear as Daredevil in the film after joining the MCU got him interested in the comics. And he was excited to discover that Daredevil was part of the original Civil War story. Unfortunately, it was too late to change the plan to include him. Oddly enough, Cox's contract mandates that he is required to show up in a movie if it is requested of him. So,
to be honest, Daredevil, he's not really that important.
I don't know how he would have fit in this cast.
It wouldn't have mattered. It really wouldn't have mattered. Yeah. Like in the grand scheme of things.
At this point, is there such a... I don't know. His character up with these other characters... I just don't know if I see him as a big enough superhero. I know that sounds horrible, but I love Daredevil. I absolutely love it.
He and Spider-Man will kind of work together.
Yeah.
He and Spider-Man kind of work together from time to time.
And I think it's because of the tone.
Well, it's not even tone. It's and this is... I don't know if maybe I read this or saw it or just maybe this is just my own belief, but the Avengers are kind of world savers.
Mm-hmm.
And guys like the Punisher and Daredevil and Jessica Jones and Elektra are like city savers. They're there to protect their city.
I've got a screensaver.
It's very important.
A couple breath savers.
Right, but I'm saying like yeah. I have a lifesaver and a lightsaber, but not this.
There you go.
That's kind of how I view it. So yeah, Sam, I'm agreeing with you. Like, I don't think he would have.
Wait.
I don't think that character would have worked in this. I mean,
No.
Are you trekking him across to Germany to fight too? And I don't know. But of course, Ant-Man's not really a world saver either. But
they shipped him in.
Yeah. And he.
Well, that and the fact that most of this fight takes place in New York anyway.
Which fight?
The Civil War
in the
itself.
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Which is where Daredevil would appear.
And that would have made sense had they done that. But I think they're like, well, we've already had one Battle of New York. Let's leave New York alone.
Yes.
I can see him showing up in the Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
Homecoming movie.
He might. I don't know. Give me a second. I'll tell you if he is or not. I don't think he is, but it would be really great if he was. I know RDJ is going to be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Marissa Tomei. All right. So the entire cast is Tom Holland, Robert Downey Jr., Marissa Tomei, somebody named Zendaya, Tony Revolori, and Laura Harrier. That's it. That's the entire cast they have so far. So
they're just going to copy paste those characters,
I guess,
for crowd scenes.
But I do hope it would be kind of cool to see Daredevil with him at some point, you know. So that would be neat.
Like they bump into each other on the street.
Right, yeah. Like Spider-Man zipping by and they're like, "Oh, what's up? Hey, what's going on?" Anyway. Yeah, so originally Iron Man was only going to have a small role in the movie. However, RDJ asked for more screen time and a higher paycheck. Marvel CEO Ike Perlmutter, sorry, that's an L, not an I. Perlmutter planned to have Iron Man written out of the film completely, in which case the Russos had backup plans to adapt another story in the event that happened. However, Kevin Feige persuaded Marvel Pictures Disney that Robert was fundamental to the film, and this in turn led to Ike Perlmutter no longer being involved in the feature film side of Marvel Pictures.
Ooh.
Your idea was so bad, you're fired. Forever. I mean, that sucks, dude.
That's what happens when you try to get rid of Robert Downey Jr.
I mean, he clearly knows people like that. That's hardcore, right there.
How do you do that? You can't do this movie without him, though.
No, you can't, because then it wouldn't be this movie.
Yeah.
You're right. It wouldn't be Civil War at all.
Yeah, it'd be a different movie.
Be Captain America Beach Vacation.
Well, I'm sure there are other bad guys he can fight.
Bathroom skirmish.
We can do more.
Only in North Carolina.
Yeah. Speaking of North Carolina, you ready for this? My wife sent me this thing, and again, it's a rumor. But it is rumored that they're going to film part of Star Wars Episode 8 in North Carolina. And
I think I read that.
within minutes of her sharing that article with me, I updated my NC film credit registry. She's like, seriously? And I said, if they give me a call, you better believe I'm dropping whatever I can to go beyond that. And she's like, you leave me here with 2 kids?
Yes.
I said, to be in Star Wars? Yes. I will send my parents over. They can hang out for a while. Anyway. And the last one I wrote down was the day. This is great. I love this. The day before filming a fight scene with RDJ, Sebastian Stan, who is the Winter Soldier, sent a video of himself doing intense bicep curls in front of a decapitated head of an Iron Man suit. He attached the message saying, "Look forward to our scene tomorrow, Robert." That is hilarious. I love that. I hope that's real.
Speaking of, how about that helicopter shot?
Oh my God! So Chris Evans actually hurt himself doing that scene. The crane went a little bit too far, and he actually hurt his bicep. But in the trivia, the Russos, RDJ referred to it as bicep porn.
Yeah, that's how my wife referred to it too.
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah enjoyed that scene as well. But my gosh.
Wow.
Now, here's the funny part. And Corny, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, our favorite movies. I came home that night, and Avengers was on FX. And so naturally, I had to watch Avengers. Right. Chris Evans looks like a skinny, scrawny dude compared to what he is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now,
going back even further, though.
Oh, Cap 1?
No.
Well, not Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Yeah, Fantastic. Snowpiercer. Well, no, Snowpiercer was right after Avengers.
Yeah.
So they made him look skinny, but he was still kind of beefy. But I think the uniform from of the Avengers for Captain America, and it's funny. I go back and again, I love Avengers, and I go back but I look at his uniform back then and go, it's kind of cheesy compared to his uniform in Cap 2 and Cap 3. I really like the new uniform, and he looks skinny in that movie. Let me ask you this, Corny.
Yeah, man.
This happened in the movie, and it actually kind of was one of the few times where I know people might roll their eyes at this. It took me out of the movie because it didn't seem realistic. Again, I know, there's a metal dude that's alive and she can bend stuff with red flames. But I know that Cap is a super soldier, right? He's been given a serum, right?
Yep.
And he's a super soldier. So I can buy him running as fast as a car can drive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Winter Soldier, is he a super soldier? I thought he was just a conditioned soldier. He was brainwashed multiple times with a metal arm. But I never got the sense that he was as strong as Cap.
He essentially got the same. They once the super soldier formula has been given to a bunch of people. Not exact formula that made Cap.
Most of them have headshots by now.
Yeah. I understand the blue stuff that they were working on, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the exact formula.
Right. No one's been able to quote unquote create the same formula.
Right.
But no, he's got he's got the juice.
All right. So I kind of thought that, but how does Black Panther outrunning a car? Are we saying that the suit has given him aid? I just thought he was a warrior dude with a cool suit.
Oh no, the Black Panther itself is a type of power that is passed from leader to leader. It's not just the suit; he actually has some powers.
Okay.
Heightened
strength and heightened agility and heightened agility +3 or something like that.
Yeah, it really, I guess, depends on the counter you get, but I think for the most part, he does have speed. It might have been a little exaggerated for the movie.
Well, I mean, he was outrunning a motorcycle.
Well, clearly, you've never been chased by a Wakandan mongoose.
That's true. I hope none of us have. Unless that's a euphemism for something. But he in that scene, I was like, wait, what? He can run that fast? I don't think that's...
I love that, though. That was just... I loved that shot.
Oh, no, it was a great scene and a great shot, and how he jumps off that car and slashes the tire, and he was awesome. And I'm excited for him and his character, and I'm looking forward to the next Black Panther movie, which they're teasing Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier, is going to be in. Because he's there, frozen in carbonite, I think. Again, I don't know. There was no dialogue for me. So, but anyway, that's kind of...
Essentially what they said, they'll be, if they find him here, they will come here, is what Steve says to T'Challa. And he said, let them come.
Oh, nice.
That kind of thing.
Nice. Like a Lord of the Rings reference.
Pretty much.
Let them come. Okay, well, that's cool. And then Sir Purr was standing outside, Panthers uniform. No? Okay.
No.
Makes me hate him.
Cam Newton was in the background dabbing. Is that wasn't what it was? Okay.
Oh.
Is that a racist joke?
No, it's just a Panthers joke. Come on, Sam, get with it.
Yeah. Yeah, he hates the Panthers. All Panthers.
Oh.
Especially the never mind.
The Carolina Panthers.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, we're not going to play the recasting game because we just came out. I didn't really do the looks like game. I've kind of given up on that because I'm not very funny with those. Soundtrack grade. I really liked this soundtrack. Henry Jackman is his name. He's going to be the next Wolverine. I'm just teasing.
Nice.
He was really good. I really liked it. I might actually buy some of it. I liked it a lot. And he's done stuff we all know. Like really? X-Men First Class and Kick-Ass and Kingsman, The Secret Service.
Nice.
And he's doing the new Jack Reacher and Big Hero 6, which is great.
Jack Reacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never Go Back is what it's called. This one's where Jack himself gets framed, I think, for something. He did Turbo, the G.I. Joe movies, Wreck-It Ralph, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Puss, In Boots. I said that one.
Place for Mercy.
Monsters vs. Aliens was his first movie. So he's doing work. I mean, the dude's good, and he's got some good stuff. I like the X-Men First Class soundtrack. I have issues with all those movies, but I like the soundtrack fine. And Kingsman is great. I love everything about that movie, and we'll rave it until we watch it for this podcast. One day, we're going to find a way to freaking watch it. And even if it's after the baby's born and you guys want to come down and because I got it on DVR, so I would be good with that.
I've got it here too.
Yeah.
I've got a copy here.
Oh, corny?
What?
If Sam, Andrew, and I all have a copy, you're the only one that doesn't have a copy.
I'm sorry, copy of what?
Kingsman.
Oh, I've seen it.
I know you have, but I like to take notes and rewatch it.
Oh, no.
Maybe we could do that sooner than later.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like this idea. Yeah. We'll talk about it after off air. What did I learn? I learned that I don't know what I learned. I learned that
it's not a onesie.
It's not a onesie. What? Oh, right. Yeah. That was great. I learned that Spider-Man's flipping awesome, and Marissa Tomei at 50 looks great still, and I'm excited for Spider-Man and all other things. This movie, so and I want to go watch it again. So top three. Oh wait, I have a sound clip for that.
Do you know?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Top three. We're just gonna basically do top three MCU. So every time a new MCU movie comes out, we have to rearrange our order because sometimes it changes. Maybe it changes, maybe it doesn't. The last one we did, the last MCU movie we did was Avengers 2. And that movie I don't think topped any of our top three.
No.
So, will this movie crack into the top three of anyone's? Who knows? We'll find out. Andrew.
It did not make my top three. Coming in at number 3 is Winter Soldier.
All right.
Number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. And number 1, Ant-Man. And if Deadpool were in the MCU, that would be number 1, but it's not. So
yeah, that's fair.
There we go.
Yeah.
Deadpool is my favorite mutant movie by far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like...
He's not even a mutant.
Yeah, Deadpool. And then, Fox owned Marvel movies. How's that? Doesn't it? Yeah, because Fox owns X-Men. Yeah, that's right. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Corny.
Oh, this is going to be a little tough for me. I'm going to go with number 3 is Iron Man 1.
Yep.
Number 2, Captain America Winter Soldier. And then my number 1, The Avengers.
All right. I can't argue with that because that's my exact list too. So, Sam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Suck it, Sam.
Yeah, I had a hard time with number 3. Obviously, my number one's The Avengers. I'm going to go kind of backwards.
I wouldn't say
but number
obviously,
one,
but
I think obviously number 1 is Avengers. Number 2, I love, and I love just singing this movie's praises. Guardians of the Galaxy, my number 2.
Get that poster hanging up yet?
No, not yet, But it's here on the ground trying to iron out some of the creases.
Yeah. And he threw it on the ground.
What was I going to say? And
Number three.
Oh, number 3. I have a hard time with number 3. I guess it would be. Right now, my mind says Iron Man, the original Iron Man, but I really like Captain America: Winter Soldier too. So those two keep fighting it out in my brain, but I'm going to say Iron Man tonight.
I'm just curious. I don't want to spend too much more time on this because we're running a little late, or long. But where would this movie rank in there for anyone? Have y'all thought about that?
Like 4 or 5. I mean, it's up there. I mean,
it's up there. It's top 5. Yeah.
I would probably, for me, it would be like Avengers. Going from 1 down would be like Avengers, and then Cap 2, then Iron Man, and then probably this one, and then Guardians.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go. I would go Ant-Man, Guardians, this movie. So maybe my top 6.
Yeah. Okay. I like this one more than top Ant-Man personally, but
sorry,
you're fine.
Had they not had the giant words and numbers on the screen, I would rank it a little higher. But that, for some reason, that really bothered me.
I thought that was a little weird myself, yeah.
The only one that was even worth it to me was the one that said 1991, and then the one that said present day. And I probably could have done without present day, because I probably could have figured that out. But all the other words, including the city, places, I don't care. You know, I could have figured it out. So maybe some people couldn't, but
yeah. Well, it's that thing where directors have to kind of talk down to the audience sometimes.
It pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean, it pissed me off because there was a dude in the theater who was like, London, Bucharest, 1991. Absolutely, 100%.
There was one in my theater too. It was a jerk.
I would love to have been in the theater with you, and you and I would have been doing that, because if it would have been just the two of us, I know we would have both been doing that. Gosh.
Oh.
Anyway.
Cool.
All right. Well, that's kind of it, right? That's the show, as they say. I guess we must do now our obligated out of 10. How many stars? How many
bars?
I'm just going to do this real quick. I will tell you this real quick. So, apparently, in the MCU, there is a great fondness for The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
To the point that every person in the MCU, every movie, I should say, in Phase 2 and now going into Phase 3, there's at least one character that loses an arm as an homage to Luke Skywalker in Empire.
Yeah.
At some point, somebody loses an arm. And in this movie's case, Bucky loses the same arm twice. So, yeah. That's
not to mention they talked about the movie.
Yeah. Have you seen that really old movie? Yeah, that was great.
And did you see the bit of trivia that just came out today? In the airport scene, there's one of those old trucks with the stairs on the back that says was it Bluth Home Builders or something on it?
Mm-hmm.
That was straight out of Arrested Development.
Because the Russo brothers directed several episodes of that.
And Dean, they also directed a bunch of Community episodes. And Dean, what's his name, was in this movie.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he was the MIT person talking to Tony right after. Yes.
She here.
And then the woman, Alfie something, who was the woman that
Alan.
that it kind of like jumped on Tony after his MIT speech about her kid dying, which kind of kickstarted.
Oh yeah.
She is going to play a big role in the Luke Cage series on Netflix.
What? Wait a second. Isn't she in Suicide Squad?
No, that's Viola Davis.
Is that two different people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't worry, Sam. I thought the same thing.
Okay, all right.
I did. I was like, wait, aren't you in a DC movie? You can't do that. And then I looked it up, and then I felt immediately terrible. Out of 10, Andrew.
I am going to give this 8.2. Shit, I thought that was a water trucks.
I thought it was a water. What?
Oh,
When,
that's right.
Ant-Man,
Did you really miss that part of the airport fight?
Water trucks?
Dude, we've got to go see this movie again.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, I'm telling you, they ran to each other, and then the power went out, and when the power came back on, it was like, I mean, it was probably like 3 seconds later, Ant-Man was like, I'm going to try something. The last time I did it, though, I was in a lab, and I passed out, and then became big. So,
Yeah, you missed some.
you missed
You definitely missed
what's
some.
the water trucks? What is that? Is there like...
Ant-Man throws a truck, a toy truck, it looked like, at somebody, and then, was it Captain?
Mm-hmm.
Through the little, like, Bigifier, I don't even know what you'd call it. And it crashed and it ended up being a gas truck.
Oh, my God.
And, like, exploded all to hell, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I missed that.
I thought it was a water truck.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I missed that. That's great.
Yeah, it was good.
No, yeah, I saw the conscience part when he's in there, like messing with Tony's stuff, and then he's like, "Friday, what's going on?" And she said, "Using the fire, So that was pretty cool.
So yeah, 8.2.
All right, it's all right. Okay, Corny.
Yep.
I'm going to give it an 8.8 out of 10, and I didn't have anything witty to say with that.
All right, Sam.
I'm going to give this 8.2.
Okay.
Giant Ant-Man cod pieces out of 10.
That's gross. Wow, we've all given this pretty high praise. I don't know. I don't know where this is going to rank in our top in our pantheon of lists, but I don't really care.
I had to look at the list to make sure I wasn't going over a few.
I'm not. I don't really care. I enjoyed this movie. I thought that it was heavy when it needed to be and light when it needed to be, and I liked the fact that the ending doesn't just wrap it up in a bow. That we're left with the team kind of scattered. I mean, this, for all intents and purposes, is the Empire Strikes Back of the MCU.
Absolutely, it's going to be like that for a while.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
That's crazy.
and so yeah, we got 2 years to wait because Ant-Man 2 doesn't come out until after Avengers 2 or Avengers 3.1. So anyway, I'm gonna give this. Well, why not? I might as well just kind of follow suit. I'm going to give it an 8 point. I'm just going to say 5. Be in the middle of the road here. 8.5. I don't know. It's 0.5 because Winter Soldier is missing an arm. That's why it's 8.5. There you go.
Oh.
That's all I can think of. That's not very funny.
It's
That's
not
it.
very handy.
No, it's not. So that's it. That's our movie. That's thanks for listening to the Captain.
By the way, did we even compare this to Batman versus Superman?
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm impressed.
I did, and
I haven't either.
essentially, have you ever just smelled poo? That is Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
No, that's a shame. All right. Well, so we were supposed to do Hearts War next week, but it's been pulled from Netflix. And then we were supposed to do something else from Netflix, and it had also been pulled. So I just went ahead and moved a whole bunch of stuff around, and listener Alan suggested that we do the replacements. So that's what we're doing next week.
Yes.
We're doing the replacements. So Keanu Reeves, this will be our second or third Keanu Reeves movie.
Yes.
It's kind of a comedy. It's a football movie. Comedies are sometimes kind of hard to do for reviewing, but
It's a dramedy.
This is a great movie.
I think we'll have a good time with this.
I'm excited.
The clips will be fun and plentiful, and yes, and then assuming I don't think Black Death is ever going to get pulled. So that will be the one after that.
You rang.
And then you made that joke last week, and it's still funny. I love it. And then after that, we've got coming up, assuming, again, all things being equal, Netflix doesn't pull it, or B, my wife is 8 months pregnant as I record this film.
With
podcast.
Sean's child.
With my child, yes. And so if there is a week that we miss, it's because the baby came and I don't have the ability to record an episode. So we'll keep you posted via the social networks.
I still vote we do it live. Live from the hospital.
No. But coming up, we also, I said, we got Replacements next week, and then Black Death, and then The Mummy we got coming up. And we've got, I felt obligated to put this on the list because I feel like we are required to do a Marvel movie if it's streaming. So we're going to do the 2005 Fantastic Four.
Oh God! I just started the new Fantastic Four, and I had to turn it off.
On what? What did you like? DVR?
It was on HBO.
That bad, huh?
God,
dude, it's horrendous.
Corny, Molly.
Oh, I never saw it. I never saw it.
Yeah, that's right. That movie broke your streak, right?
Yes, that's the movie that broke my streak.
I saw it in a theater with listener Billy, and it was we did it because the girls, our wives, went to go watch the movie, and we just needed something to watch. But
I'm sorry, that bark sounds fake.
Shoot that dog,
like Molly. Come here.
It is probably one of the worst superhero movies I have ever seen.
It really is.
And I feel bad because it's got guys like actors in it that you like. I mean, it's got the cute girl that we did from Shooter, and the guy that we just saw last week, who was the sidekick, the Englishman,
drummer from Whiplash.
Yeah, I mean, there's that movie sucks, dude. How far into it are you?
They've got their powers, and I thought this is the dumbest reason why they got their powers ever.
And not only is it a dumb reason they get their powers, but it's dumb what they do with them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then, Corny, I'll tell you this real quick. This is going to spoil up. I don't really care. And you don't care either.
Neither do you, listener.
Doctor Doom is one of the coolest Marvel villains ever.
Yep.
Yes.
He goes out like a bitch in this movie. I mean,
now I might have to fast forward this thing to see what happens.
Dude, no, you just go ahead and suffer through the whole thing because I did, and you should too.
Oh, that is fantastic,
dude. I remember sitting in the theater going, "This movie's almost over," and what they haven't even fought him yet, and then then they have the fight. And
is it kind of like he trips and lands on a piece of rebar or something?
I mean, that would actually be more real than what happened. It was just like they do that bullshit thing where they're like, he's stronger than us, but not stronger than all of us. But then they still attack him individually. You know, like one of them, you go over there and then you go over there. Basically, what it boils down to is the thing punches him in the face, and then he falls into like a wormhole and dies.
Maybe.
I mean, I know I spoiled it for you, Sam, but he dies like a bitch. It's awful. And I hope, Sam, when you watch this, you're alone where you can swear. I'm serious. It's awful.
Well, my girls, I'm off of the college is out, so I've been at home alone while the girls are at preschool. So that's generally.
That's a good idea. That's a good way to do it. Watch it while you can curse because you will. It sucks, dude. If it ever streams, I'll say we could watch it for the podcast so we can rip the shit out of it.
Okay.
Because that seems like something that I would enjoy.
Dude, he gets drunk and goes like they decide to go on a space exploration right after a binge.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest. It's so dumb.
Everything in that movie doesn't make nothing in that movie. No one's motivation in this movie makes sense.
And the guy, what's his name? Not Flame, his father, Storm, Mr. Storm?
Yeah.
He doesn't blink. He has one expression, and that is anger at you.
Yeah.
No matter what's happening, he's angry and he doesn't blink.
Like, Corny, you've read those comic books, right? Which, by the way, if you're still listening, I apologize. I'm opening this can real quick. But to give you, I'm going to ask this and then tell this story. But Corny, do in the comic books are Reed and the Thing, whatever his name is, are they recruited at a high school science fair?
No.
Like they're successful doctors, right? Like they're not Grimm.
Ben Grimm is just a buddy of
but isn't he like
Reed Richards.
Well, in the first movie, he's a pilot.
Yeah.
Like he has reason to be there. In this movie, he is just the pal.
Yeah.
And Richards...
Man, if I'm going to space, you're coming with me.
When Richards invents a teleporter in high school and people still don't believe him, and then the government shows up and says, we're going to give you a bunch of money to come and work for us. What? What? That doesn't make any sense. So, Sam, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Marvel wanted the Fantastic Four back.
Yeah.
And I don't remember which studio did this movie. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been Fox, but I don't think it was. They're like, nope, we're going to do another movie so we can keep it. And Marvel said a big F you to them and killed the characters in the comic book world. They seriously killed the characters. Yeah. There are no more comic books being written about the Fantastic Four. And Marvel said, we won't give you marketing or distribution rights to the toy. So that's why there were no toys when this movie was made. Because Marvel is so pissed off at them for making this crap film.
It really is bad.
Dude.
It's so bad.
Corny, you saw...
And I'm not even done with it yet.
Corny, you saw the first one, right? The first one with Chris Evans?
Oh, God.
That movie is better than this movie.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Seriously.
The second one is better.
Actually, I saw Silver Surfer too.
Yeah, that movie is better than this one. And that movie had a line where they asked, is there a Hemi in it? Does it have a Hemi? Like, that kind of dialogue was in this movie. And those two movies are better than the one Sam was watching.
Yeah.
Right.
Seriously.
I'm just going to kill myself now.
Right. I mean,
it's really bad.
It's awful. I'm sorry to go on that tangent at an hour and 35 minutes into this podcast. But, so next week is The Replacements. With the Keanu. We will not hate on that movie, I don't think. It's got
maybe some timing issues about how fast you can get from his boat to the stadium.
I mean, it's DC. There's no traffic there at all. That seems totally reasonable.
Well, it might be one situation where people look back and they go, "Hey, that's Shane Falco," and they move out the way. They just
open up the C's part.
No,
you can't even get the C's part for.
I'm going to Google Map it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
The hot cheerleader, I was actually looking to see what I knew her from. If she was from anything else I knew her from. Oh, I do know her from something else. That's good.
Skadoosh.
She was in Life. I love that movie, or that show.
With the ginger guy.
Yeah, he was the ex-wife. No, she was the... I said he, didn't I? She was the lawyer, not the ex-wife. She was the lawyer.
Okay.
Anyway. I find her very attractive. That's okay.
I think everybody does.
Yes, especially Keanu Reeves. What are they going to do? Put you in football jail? No. Anyway, that's it. So that's what we're doing next week is The Replacement. So that's for you, listener Alan. That's going to do it for us for the show. So I'm going to hit the button here, maybe. Doot, doot, doot. Here we go.
Support our GoFundMe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So... go check out our GoFundMe page. Again, we're trying to raise...
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for participating in it. We're just trying to keep the show going, basically. The second baby coming on and other life things, money gets tight, and we appreciate any help you can give. $500 pays for the show for 2 years. So that's not a bad deal. Or you can pay to have us stop. Either way, we just need the money. $25 though, seriously, $25 gets you a spot on this show. We will Skype you in, and you can turn your microphone off just like Andrew and be ignored. So join in. $25 gets you on the show. Leave us a review on iTunes and Stitcher and Google Play. Visit our website, cheapseatreviews.com. I guess I should give you the GoFundMe site, which is gofundme.com/cheapseatreviews. Follow us on Twitter at CheapSeatCast. I'm at Sean J. Allred, at Soniji, which is SONEJI 16, at Johnny Darko 16, and at A. Jimison, which is Andrew. for our Twitter handles. You may send us your emails to cheapseatreviews@gmail.com, and our voicemail is 704-271-4290. So, all of that, we say thank you for listening. You guys are awesome, and have a good night. So on behalf of Corny, Sam, Andrew, this is Sean saying thanks for listening, good night, and don't go watch the new Fantastic Four movie.
YOLO.